In July 2007, John Swinney, Cabinet Secretary in the newly elected Scottish Government, visited Bathgate to hear at first hand about the work of Enterprising Bathgate. This was a business-led initiative in partnership with West Lothian Council to develop a business improvement district in Bathgate Town Centre. A few months later, speaking at an event in Falkirk to announce the government's additional support for business improvement districts, Mr. Swinney talked of the impact made on him by his Bathgate visit.
It was absolutely palpable that the business community in Bathgate had just decided that the decline had gone on for too long.
In March 2008, the businesses in Bathgate took part in a postal ballot to approve Enterprising Bathgate's 5-year business plan. And with 92.6% voting yes, Bathgate Town Centre became Scotland's first business improvement district. The chair and other office bearers were elected by the new board, and a management structure put in place to deliver the projects and initiatives from the business plan and to look after the day-to-day running of the company.
By voting yes, the businesses were agreeing to invest collectively by way of a levy. In Bathgate, the levy is based on the rateable value of properties. Properties with a rateable value of £10,000 or less pay £100 per annum, while larger properties pay 1% of rateable value. The total amount realised from approximately 400 levy payers is £70,000. Everyone pays, everyone benefits. In addition, West Lothian Council agreed to match fund the total amount raised by the levy. This means Enterprising Bathgate has a basic annual budget of £140,000, although a bid company should also look at additional funding streams. The money is used on projects included in the business plan, and these projects must be in addition to what is already provided by the local authority.
Let's now take a look at the work Enterprising Bathgate have been doing since they became Scotland's first business improvement district. What do we mean by public realm? Basically, it's the space between the buildings, the streets and civic spaces, the lanes which connect the car parks to the shopping areas, the pavements, the pedestrian precinct, and so on. Pat Kerr explains more.
Many of Enterprising Bathgate's projects aim to enhance these areas. We also know that West Lothian Council had earmarked money to improve Bathgate Town Centre, and we realised that any planned improvements should be coordinated to follow an agreed plan and set 2 guidelines. To help achieve this, the bids team was asked to commission consultants on behalf of West Lothian Council to produce a public realm design guide. The bid team was asked to manage the project, and in January 2009, the final guide, prepared by environmental consultants Ironside Farah, was adopted by the Council as official planning guidance.
Alistair McMurdo is one local businessman impressed with Enterprising Bathgate's impact on the town's environment.
4 bedrooms, okay, there is one at the moment I have in Castle Place.
I think in our line of business, having improved and coordinated streetscape near or indeed outside the properties that we rent really does make our job so much easier. There's been a need for a set of design principles for some time, and I feel the guide will go a long way to establishing an improvement in the quality of the town's environment.
The perception and image strategy aims to market and promote Bathgate Town Centre to raise awareness of what it has to offer and to implement an event strategy which will help businesses by increasing footfall in the town.
The bus advertising campaign was created and devised by the bid company to help raise the profile of the town of Bathgate and advertise the events that are happening throughout the town in the whole year of 2009. Some of these events are well established and have been going on in the town for a number of years. Others are brand new events organised with the help of various groups in the town over the past year. The adverts are placed on approximately 20 buses throughout the West Lothian area. It gets us to a wider audience, let the people in West Lothian know what's happening in and around the town. We intend to run another campaign later on in the year, highlighting the events that are happening from September approximately up to and including the Christmas period. We've had feedback already from members of the public and various businesses saying that they've seen the adverts on the buses and they like the way that we're portraying Bathgate to West Lothian in general.
Morning.
The business is called The Personal Touch. I've had this shop in Bathgate for 30 years.
It's called Greta. Right, okay.
The new bus campaign is obviously taking Bathgate to a wider audience. It's there for them to see on the side of the bus that there is a lot that Bathgate has to offer, an awful lot, rather than always going to Livingston, which really is full of multinationals. You come into Bathgate and it's full of local family businesses. So that in itself has to really make quite an improvement.
Enterprising Bathgate supports established annual events in the town, such as the Highland Games and Bathgate Procession, and also supports brand new events such as the West Lothian Run.
Enterprising Bathgate allows the businesses to come together and invest collectively in the town centre, and supporting local events helps raise the profile of Enterprising Bathgate. We're helping to support new events like West Lothian Run to bring people to the town and to make people aware of just what's happening in Bathgate.
I'd say there's roughly 250 runners today. They're running 13.1 miles throughout Bathgate. Bathgate Enterprise is one of our major sponsors and they've been a fantastic support to us. The response for the first year has been absolutely fantastic, and West Lothian Run is very much looking forward to having a long partnership with Bathgate Enterprise.
A major success story has been the Bathgate Music Festival, now established as an annual event each September. Enterprising Bathgate played a pivotal role in setting up the inaugural festival in 2008 and was a major sponsor in 2009. This event gives a major boost to the town's evening economy and looks set to go from strength to strength.
Bathgate Music Festival is about the town celebrating music. And it's really important that the traders, the business community, Enterprising Bathgate and all of the partners work together to make it truly a Bathgate Music Festival. That's vital to its continued success. The Music Festival programme is intended to be very broad. It's been a tremendous opportunity for some of our young groups to perform alongside professional musicians, and I think that memory will live with them for their whole lives. Again, Enterprising Bathgate's role is really vital to that continuing.
The Regal Theatre is a major venue for arts in the town and is supported by the BIDS initiative.
Well, the theatre itself was opened 70 years ago. We've just had our 70th birthday. It was opened in 1938. We don't have a town hall. We don't have halls at all that are available. And many of our big voluntary arts groups not only have their shows here, but they rehearse here. We've had enough of a grant this year that we're able to redecorate several areas and do some retiling of a building that was in sad need of a wee facelift. So it's nice to have our own theatre in the town and to know that Enterprise Bathgate is supporting us. But it's not just here at the Regal that I've noticed a difference. I think the town in general has benefited from Enterprise and Bathgate. The shop fronts, for example, the difference in the main facades of the big shops and the little shops in the town has been greatly improved by these grants that they've managed to get. And I know that a lot of people have mentioned this. So there's an overall involvement for the good of the town in general.
Whosoever shall be without the soul for getting down.
Another new event was the Halloween Fun Day, which brought huge crowds to the town centre. The whole event was free and looks sure to become another addition to the annual events calendar. It also featured a special appearance by David Steen, chair of Enterprising Bathgate, who was only too keen to join in the spirit of the event. Worryingly so, some may say. Later that night, there was a free, scary movie showing, sponsored by Enterprising Bathgate. As the festive season approaches, Enterprising Bathgate now plays a major role in improving the Christmas experience in the town. The bid company is responsible for bigger and better Christmas illuminations and a Design a Light competition for local school children. Enterprising Bathgate also brings other additional attractions to Bathgate over the festive period. The project, which undoubtedly involves the largest participation from businesses, is the Premises Improvement Scheme. Enterprising Bathgate's Sam Crawford explains how the scheme has progressed.
Following on from a successful demonstration shopfront scheme during the development of the bid, we are now in the middle of a premises improvement scheme, which has widened in its scope and introduced additional incentives for new businesses in the town. More than 90 businesses are now registered on the scheme, and the overall appearance of the town is benefiting from the improvements.
Enterprising Bathgate is quite amazing actually, and I'll say this because they were very proactive. When we were doing up the shop before we actually opened, Enterprising Bathgate, Sam came over and asked us if he could help us. I was most impressed because I didn't actually approach them, they came to me. So what they gave me was obviously some money to set up and do some improvement for the shop. We painted the outside of the shop with the money, that cost quite a lot. So it helped me immensely, actually. When you start a new business, it's really, really difficult to start up. Suppliers want paid up front. So it costs a lot of money. You have to be very careful. It really helped me a lot.
Definitely think that Enterprising Bathgate are taking steps in the right direction. For example, we've had our front door broken a couple of times in the past, but now with the removal of the large planted trees from outside on the precinct, one, it's improved the experience for shoppers, and also from a security perspective, the CCTV cameras can now see what's going on. At the moment, there's no signage on the front of our shop, and it's a large new sandstone building. And part of our improvement plan is to access the funding that's available to us and make it a better shop frontage for our clients and ourselves. One of the real strong points about the scheme, I believe, is it brings all the retailers together as a team, whereas in the past we've all been a bit insular in what we've tried to do to develop Bathgate, and if we can all work together then it can only benefit us all. We in Fusion Hair and Beauty employ 21 people, and the team are starting to notice and speak positively about the changes in Bathgate, and that can only help the business owners to attract the best possible candidates to work for them.
Martin & Co is a national brand and we're all franchised offices. We all have to have the same corporate identity, and as such it's a very expensive identity to work with. If I had to fund it all myself, it would have been probably, for a shop this size, inappropriate and unaffordable. But having the grant from Enterprise Bathgate made a big difference to my ability to fund that and open the office in a timely fashion. It's affected the High Street remarkably, in my opinion, in that it's made the High Street look the part in a town that was starting to get very run down, but now is back on the up. And without the help of the grants coming in to local traders such as myself, it would have been absolutely impossible. It's made the whole town and the centre of the town look an awful lot better than it used to do.
The Safe and Secure budget addresses issues for Bathgate's retail and nighttime economies. The first project to be delivered was the setting up of a retail radio link, which many of the national multiples welcomed as a tool to fight retail crime, and it has already made an impact.
In consultation with Enterprising Bathgate, we created the ShopSafe radio link, which is an integral part of the community safety partnership between the police, local businesses and the business community. It's been excellent. We've had numerous arrests resulting from the scheme, and equally as important, we see it as an integral part of a overall crime reduction strategy for the Bathgate Town Centre area.
This is super drug to all retailers and the police. Just to let you know about a known offender who's just been in the store and who has just left the store and is making his way up to boot.
Well, there's numerous shop premises within the Bathgate Town Centre area that have the ShopSafe radio. Should they see suspicious behaviour or a crime taking place, they notify other shops and also the police. We then utilise Town Centre CCTV to direct cameras towards the suspects and use them to intercept the offenders.
Well, it's made a difference for security that in the stores, because if we see anybody or anything happening in the stores or round about us, we can actually contact the police and let the other retailers know what's actually happening within the stores and within the precinct.
In late November, in partnership with Lothians and Borders Police, Enterprising Bathgate introduced a taxi marshal scheme for the first time, having learned of the effectiveness of similar schemes from bid colleagues in Falkirk and Dunfermline. In addition, major improvements are planned for a CCTV upgrade and dedicated monitoring for the first time. This programme has been coordinated by the bid team, with Enterprising Bathgate also contributing to additional cameras. There are three main elements to Enterprising Bathgate's plans to improve accessibility in the town centre. Firstly, an intensive piece of work involving Enterprise Bathgate, West Lothian Council and the police is being carried out to bring all parking regulations up to date to suit the current needs of the town. This will result in a complete parking strategy. Secondly, the Public Realm Design Guide has identified a lanes and vennels strategy to improve pedestrian movement. This is also closely linked to the car park strategy. Finally, the establishment of good links between the existing town centre and the new town centre retail development and the new railway station have been identified as vital to the success of Bathgate Town Centre. It is clear that Enterprising Bathgate is helping to lead the way in the BIDS programme. BIDS Project Director Ian Davison-Porter visited the town and was impressed with the changes he saw.
The importance of Enterprising Bathgate to Scotland is that it is a traditional Scottish town, and they've been a first in a number of areas. They were first to be commissioned by their local authority to produce an urban design master plan. They were the first to lead on shopfront improvement programmes and now property improvement programmes. And I think the project team and the businesses have to be commended, because the project team work very much at street level with the businesses. And that's really a key ethos of business improvement districts, that the project team do work very closely with and in partnership with businesses. So all this new work is money from the Town Centre Regeneration Fund, West Lothian Council and from the Business Improvement District, Enterprising Bathgate.
Yes. Enterprising Bathgate put in over £100,000.
That was excellent. That was the board of directors. A lot of people who want to start a business improvement district in Scotland work with and come along to see what Bathgate have done and how they developed their business improvement district in Bathgate Town Centre. And the project team and some of the businesses have been out to other areas of Scotland to show them how to develop a bid and how to work in partnership to make a better town centre. Enterprising Bathgate have shown that they can make a difference and make an impact in town centres. And what we need to do is continue to spread that experience and spread that knowledge across Scotland. There are over 500 settlements in Scotland, and even small amounts of improvement can make those town centres perform better. And I think what's been demonstrated in Bathgate is that with a strong team on the ground, a strong partnership with the business and the local authority, you can make improvements in town centres. And that's something we need to demonstrate across all the other town centres across Scotland and replicate what is happening not only in Bathgate but elsewhere in the bids in Scotland.
Local businessman and Bathgate Bids chairman David Steen sums up the amazing success of the project.
In November 2009, Enterprising Bathgate was successful in its application with West Lothian Council to the Scottish Government's Town Centre Regeneration Fund. It was the only business improvement district to successfully apply for funding.
The award of £600,000, when added to the £160,000 from the Council's capital programme and £100,000 from capital projects from Enterprising Bathgate's budget, means a total spend of £860,000 on improvements to Bathgate Town Centre. The Town Centre Regeneration Fund Award represents the largest investment in Bathgate Town Centre in a lifetime. It is proof that the approach Enterprising Bathgate has taken to work in close partnership with West Lothian Council has been the right way forward.
This funding will take us to the next level, and I'm genuinely excited as I look to the future prospects for our town. The businesses have worked and invested collectively and gained a well-deserved reward. Together with our partners, we must now ensure that this money is used wisely and for the future benefit of Bathgate.
After 18 months as Scotland's first business improvement district, Bathgate Town Centre is not only seeing the benefits of the new projects and initiatives which Enterprising Bathgate is delivering, but is now looking forward to other major investment on a significant scale. Apart from the improvements which funding from the Scottish Government's Town Centre Regeneration Fund will bring, a new railway station, upgrading of the existing line to Edinburgh and the east, and the opening of a new line providing a link to Glasgow and the west is due for completion by the end of 2010. Work has also started on the new Civic Centre, providing modern facilities for an array of council services. A major retail development has also been given the go-ahead, and with the completion of the town's new state-of-the-art swimming pool, Bathgate can confidently look forward to a brighter future. Enterprising Bathgate and its partners aim to play a major role in helping deliver this new vision for the town in the years ahead.